The final team stat comparison here on Toyota Warriors Postgame Live, where the Warriors shoot 46% from the floor. Again, Minnesota did a great job on the glass in the second half. They out-assisted the Golden State Warriors. Again, the Warriors had 16 assists at the half, just 11 in the final two quarters of this game. Turnovers, you'll live with the 13 turnovers there. They did miss 5 free throws, but overall, Minnesota just too big, too athletic. And you see that with the points in the paint, 66-44. All right, let's hear from the chef, who dropped 39 points in his return to the lineup.
I felt pretty good to start and normal, middle of the game, trying to.
And Randall had big numbers.
Yeah, it's 51 combined.
Should also note that Stephen Curry only had 2 turnovers tonight in his return to the lineup. But let's talk about Jimmy Butler, who often refers to himself as Robin to Stephen Curry's Batman. But I thought Minnesota did a good job overall when it came to team defense and limiting the impact of Jimmy Butler. 15 points tonight, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. But a lot of times, Malik, we saw him stuck in the paint, looking for shooters out there. I thought Minnesota did a good job of limiting Jimmy Butler from getting to the free throw line. Just 4 free throw attempts tonight for Jimmy Buckets.
Yeah, I mean, the scouting report is to try and play big on Jimmy Butler. It's easier said than done, but Naz Reid, they can put Jaden McDaniels on him. Anytime he's a small guy, he's going to make them pay. I think Jimmy is really important to play quicker. In transition, obviously, but even in the half court, even if you're trying to create for your teammates, get to the paint as fast as possible and get that defense in rotation.
Yeah, Jimmy had a solid game. The part of the game that they took away was the free throw line. He only had 4 free throws today, and Jimmy's a guy that gets to the 8, 9, 10 times a night. So that's a part of the game that the Minnesota Timberwolves, they wear you out with their length, their athleticism, they're physical the whole game. They get to the point of physicality where the refs don't call everything anymore because they get so used to it. And I think that's the part of the game that people don't get to see.
He had to deal with those young Timberwolves dealing with him offensively, and he had to deal with those same guys on the other end defensively. And the cumulative effect wore him down. He had 10 points in the fourth quarter tonight. Only 1 point. That came from the free throw line. I mean, it's having to deal with all of that on both ends of the court with really no protection just wore him down to a nub.
That's something we witnessed in the second round of the playoffs last season.
In the second round play, we talked about pregame. Ball movement and defensive strategy and all those things are nice to have. But in the NBA, at some point, if you're getting outmanned and you're overwhelmed athletically and by size, it's going to cost you. So tonight, first quarter, the Warriors lost by 1 point. They won the second quarter by 3 and the third quarter by 4. Fourth quarter, minus 10. So they just physically wore them down. And I think what Festa said earlier, too, they played more to their identity. Obviously watching the game, it looked like the Warriors got good shots, but I feel like those were shots Minnesota was willing to live with.
Fezzi, I tried to warn you about betting tonight. I told you who was sitting next to you, man.
Hey, man.
I almost put
We're going broke over here.
I almost put my house on there.
No, you did put your house on there.
I said I was going to. You said no.
I don't know if I stopped you, but I mean, Willie stopped himself because we may be any cameras in here, any wiretaps. The odds presented by Great Resort and Casino. Warriors did not cover the spread. And again, whenever Rod's here,
I need a game of transition. I'll be ready Sunday.
I don't know about that, but Rod he'll be doing Niner stuff. So we may have maybe Chaz. I'm sorry.
I get no credit for the Niners win, but I get all of the blame for the Warriors' losses. All right,
we got Steve Kerr coming.
Let's
see how it is.
Then we have Steve Kerr coming up. Will he help the